Okay, we left off here. So in the beginning, February 22nd is Washington's birthday. He was considered the most important American in history. In 1832, we celebrated the centennial of his birth, and at this point, we already were celebrating his birthday on an annual basis as a holiday. By 1848, started construction of the Washington Monument. The holiday at first was simply within the District of Columbia and then spreading into Washington's home state of Virginia, few other places along the East Coast. It became a nationwide holiday officially in 1885. So everybody got off February 22nd, Washington's birthday. At least that's how this started. Now we have bunches of presidents and they race each other. Come back to that in a minute. So the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, and that's why our racing presidents are in their nationals uniforms. The numbers do correspond to their number in office. George is 1, Tom is 3, Abe is 16, Teddy 26, and Bill is 27. Senator Robert McClory of Illinois in the 1960s seeks to establish more 3-day weekends. So instead of just having random holidays, let's put those holidays on Mondays. He figures also Lincoln's birthday is February 12th. So if we put it on a Monday, we can kind of drop it in between Lincoln, one of the heroes of Illinois, and Washington. And then we can have President's Day. At least that's how McClory pitches it. He does get pushback. State of Virginia, Washington's home state, pushes back against it. D.C. is not sure. In fact, it is called Washington, D.C., not Lincoln, D.C., although there is a Lincoln, Nebraska. But eventually, over time, President Nixon signs this as an executive order in 1971, making it official. It is now an official holiday, and our official holidays will be on Mondays. So Memorial Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, and Washington's birthday all will fall on specific Mondays. Memorial Day last Monday of the month. Columbus Day, I think, is second Monday of October. Veterans Day would have been as well second Monday of November. And then Washington's birthday on the third Monday of February. Veterans Day does later get added back to November 11th, its actual date. So they put it back where it, quote, belongs. And later we do add another couple of Monday holidays in Labor Day in September, as well as Martin Luther King's birthday in January. Now, a real quick note on our racing presidents. This guy is a loser. No, I don't dislike Teddy Roosevelt. He literally was a loser of the presidential race for the first 6 seasons that they ran the race. He didn't actually win until October 3rd, the last game of the year in 2012. He had a series of pratfalls. He would trip, he would get tackled, he would just forget where he was supposed to be. Sometimes he didn't go to the right place. The last year that they were at RFK Stadium before they built Nationals Ballpark, they thought that Teddy would win the last race of the year, and then they couldn't find him. He went to Nats Ballpark before it opened. So he lost repeatedly. Like I said, 6 years straight, he was winless before finally getting his first win October 3rd, 2012. You're going to know that. So the Hall of Presidents, do we celebrate all presidents for President's Day? Well, for sure the February birthdays. So we have George Washington, William Henry Harrison, Abraham Lincoln, and Ronald Reagan. The holiday was really established in the early 70s, so that's before Reagan became president, but for sure we're celebrating Washington and Lincoln. And then in many places, none of those birthdays fall on third Monday, ever. So for sure, no president is actually having their birthday as President's Day. So there's no specific one president that we would focus on, unless you ask Virginians who would say it's Washington. But they might also make an argument for Thomas Jefferson, or Theodore Roosevelt is quite popular across the country. Think about our presidential race that we saw here. TR is part of that, so is Thomas Jefferson. Think about, we go back another slide, our first slide where we have Mount Rushmore. those two guys are there as well. So clearly there is some indicators that those could be some pretty important presidents. But what about John F. Kennedy? This passed his law in the 1970s. Kennedy was shot, killed. So certainly people of a certain age believe that that was a big influence on changing the name from Washington's birthday to President's Day. Richard Nixon, of course, is the one who signed that into law. And then that's where things get a little fuzzy because Nixon, as we know, resigned his office to avoid impeachment. So Richard Nixon isn't necessarily someone who gets honored on President's Day. But theoretically, yes, all presidents are celebrated on President's Day. Most specifically, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. So my works cited, I got my information from history.com, the History Channel, and then my images, with the exception of mine in front of Abraham Lincoln's house in Springfield, that you see on your screen now, are from Yahoo Image Search. I'll give you a chance to go ahead and answer your questions for the middle section before we go on to the exit ticket for today.